Welcome to the Blind Justice Podcast, where you discover the insider secrets of injury and accident cases, and all of your law questions get answered. Now, here's your host, Chicago injury lawyer, Scott DeSalvo.
Hey guys, your favorite Chicago car accident attorney, Scott DeSalvo here with my co-host Amelia.
Hello, hello, hello.
Finnefrock.
Finnefrock, that's my last name. Don't wear it out.
Don't you know who I am?
Of course I know who you are. You're Amelia Finnefrock.
Never gets old.
Everyone knows
So
who you
funny.
are.
So recently, someone tried to pronounce my last name. Finnefruke. Was at an audition, and they said it with a straight face, like Finnefruke.
The most
And I looked,
common...
like, really? That's the... I had never heard that one before.
The most common mispronunciation has to be Feinfrock.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, people get scared, and they're like, Feinfrock? And usually I let it slide. I'm like, that's fine.
You're close enough. You
Right.
got many of the letters correct.
And I had someone recently say, you need to just... that's your name. That is your name. You need to correct them. I'm like, maybe I'm too chill about it, because...
It ain't that serious.
No, I don't care.
I get it. I mean...
I'm sorry. There's a certain... I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Okay.
There's a certain kind of person. I'm gonna
Break
vent
it
for a
down
second.
for me. Break
Hold
it
on.
down for me.
This is called Breaking It Down with Amelia. It's like, really? The people who are so... There are people who, have crazy names, and they're allowed to be like, listen, it's actually pronounced like this, because you look at it and you're like, I'm not even going to attempt to do that. And then there are other people who have names like Zoe Klein, and they're like, my name is actually Zoe, and you're like, you're dumb. That's so dumb. I'm going to on purpose call you the wrong name, because...
I'm going to call you Zooey.
just to piss you off.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean...
Life's too short to be worried about your
get
name.
it. Just...
Scott DeSalvo, have you ever had someone...
What's
your comment?
No. I mean, nobody gets Scott wrong, obviously. But a lot of people get DeSalvo wrong.
How do you do it? I feel like it's literally spelled out for you. DeSalvo. What did they say?
No, but I get DeSalvo. and then they get to the D, and then it's like you pull the brakes on the train stops right there.
Once they look at you in the eye and they're like D, and they expect you to
And then I'm just like, call me Scott. Call me Amazing Attorney DeSalvo. Amazing Scott.
That's your next podcast.
Super
Call
Scott.
me Scott. Call me Scott.
Yeah, that's a good tagline. It's almost like Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Almost, kind of.
There you go.
So, folks, we're continuing in our series. I don't know. I think it's just sort of like the format we've settled on in the podcast, where we answer listeners' questions about their injury cases, right? So, a lot of the questions are similar, even though the cases are very different. So my idea was, why not answer people's questions, and it'll help other listeners too. And then everybody listening gets to learn a little bit about the law. Seems like a reasonable approach.
Oh, it's very reasonable, because we leave you wanting more.
Well, not only that, and just be aware that obviously this is not legal advice. You got to talk to a lawyer, give the lawyer the particular information. Then you can, get actual legal advice.
Exactly.
This is just general guidelines.
Yeah. This is if this were a TV show, this would have there'd be a little bumper on the bottom flashing in yellow and red.
Not really an attorney. No, wait. No, it would flash something else.
This is the People's Court.
Oh boy. So Amelia, would you like to take it away?
Yes.
I think it's a car accident question this week.
It is a car accident question.
Okay,
How
shoot.
did you know?
Because we both have the same script sitting in front of us.
You're too smart. Despacito? I love that song. Okay. I was involved in a Chicago car accident. My coworker and I had a green turn arrow, so I turned. The other car came right towards us and ran the red light. We got hit on the side of the car in a T-bone crash. It was a pretty big collision. We both went to the emergency room, and I followed up with my doctors, and now I have all these medical bills. The other driver's insurance company says that they have a statement from another driver, an independent witness, who says I ran the red light. This is not true, but the insurance company will not give me a copy of the statement they took for their witness, and they will not tell me his or her name. Do I have a good case, and how can we catch this witness in a lie? Ooh, that is shady. Ooh. That is so Slim Shady.
Okay, so I've been doing this for 20 years. I've handled thousands of claims, thousands of car accident cases. It is really, really true that insurance adjusters will lie to you about what they have. They will out and out lie about whether they have a witness statement. They will out and out lie about what the witness said. They will out and out lie. There are situations where before they hire me, my clients will give a recorded statement to an insurance company, and the insurance company will refuse to give me a copy of the statement, but will out and out lie to me about what my client said. Then I eventually get a copy of the statement, and they didn't say what the insurance adjuster said. I've actually had cases. I had a case earlier this year that was in suit, and we were at a settlement conference, and the defense attorney represented to the judge that my client said something at their deposition that they didn't say. Luckily, I was able to reach into my bag, pull the deposition out, and say, Judge, read page 53. That's not what he said.
Was that the best feeling ever?
Well, it is a very nice feeling to be prepared. But my point is, I go out of my way to be honest with people, but I'm going to tell you, insurance companies are soulless entities, right? They are not nice or friendly, even if the adjuster or the insurance broker you talk to is cool. They're not in the business of giving away money.
They have an agenda.
Yeah, they collect premiums and they don't pay out, and that's their business model, right? And, the other thing is, like, people are sometimes outraged. They're like, well, I want to report them to the government or the Attorney General or the Illinois Department of Insurance, but they don't care.
They don't care.
The truth is, when insurance companies play dirty tricks like this, the only way to hold them accountable is if we hold them accountable in each and every one of these claims, right?
Right.
And it means a lot of work because in aggregate, if we hold them accountable where we're taking their money off them, then maybe they'll stop doing it, right? But the truth is, insurance companies have so much money that they're probably never going to stop the dirty tricks. All we can do is catch them in particular cases and then,
fight the good fight.
Or fight the good fight and catch them in the particular case and make sure that the particular injured client gets fully compensated. Right? So why do they do it? Well, it's very simple. Insurance companies know that an unrepresented person, they're easy to discourage. So you're an unrepresented person. You don't know, you don't have experience handling claims. You don't have experience talking to insurance companies. They know that if they can put up some roadblocks, even if 50% of the people give up, look at how much money they're saving, right? And then, even with some people who get a lawyer, if they get a lawyer who's not really an injury lawyer or who's not really a trial lawyer, they'll just get some lawyer who says, oh, hot dog, I'll call the insurance company and get some kind of settlement and I'll get a nice fee for doing no work. There's a lot of lawyers out there who never go to court, have never tried a case. I just read a statistic. I'm reading a trial advocacy book, different strategies on how to win cases at trial.
Yeah.
I do a lot of that, but there was a statistic in there. The statistic is that 95% of lawyers have never tried a single case.
What?
95% of lawyers, yeah. And that includes...
That is surprising.
And that includes a lot of people who advertise as, oh, we'll fight for you, and we're the injury guys. But, the truth of the matter is, the insurance companies know who some of these guys are. So they'll shoot them a lowball offer, and they know that the lawyer is going to go to the client and say, here, you better take this, right? And they save a lot of money doing that. So super uncool. So a lot of Chicago car accident attorneys just want those easy cases, because if you think about it, if you could get 100 cases, all of them settle, you don't really do any work on them, you just collect a check, it's a pretty sweet deal for you.
Oh, yeah, right?
Versus, let's say you have 50 that settle and then 50 you have to fight. It's a lot of more hours of work, right? For the lawyer. But I think you have to take the profession seriously. If you're going to do it,
it's ethical, right?
Oh, that's right. You can't tell a client to settle a really good case for short money, or at least I don't think you should. right? Sometimes you got to fight. So, the point is they do things like this. I mean, it may be that there is no witness statement in this case, or it may be that the witness statement doesn't say what they're telling you.
Right.
They're just trying to discourage you from going the next step. And the point is, an injury lawyer is free consultation. You can talk to the lawyer for free. If you don't like this lawyer, you can hire a different one.
Right.
But the point is, definitely get a free consultation, because I have to tell you, you got T-boned turning on a green arrow. Oncoming traffic, by definition, has to have a red light.
Right.
Otherwise, you can't have a turn green, right?
Exactly.
You can't have the turn arrow. And then ambulance to the ER and then follow-up treatment. The treatment sounds very reasonable. It definitely sounds like a case. So if you haven't talked to a lawyer yet, I would highly recommend you do so. And obviously, you can call me or any other injury lawyer you like.
Well, yeah, to cut through the red tape and have a professional be able to cut through all this, I'm sure, verbiage and jargon that the insurance company is throwing, because I know that would overwhelm me, and that's...
I prefer to call it hootenanny.
Hootenanny. Oh, that is a great word. Is it like an app you have? It's like the word of the day.
No, that's just like super old-fashioned word. I don't think people use hootenanny too often.
I feel like that's the name of a bar in Chicago.
It might be, but I think we should try and bring it back into common parlance.
We're bringing it back. We're going to drop the Blind Justice podcast. We're just going to be Amelia and Scott's Hootenanny Injury Law Podcast.
Wow. I mean, talk about a compelling name. That's awesome.
It's not... We're going to make stickers.
It's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be
the longest sticker you've ever seen.
We're going to have a theme song.
Okay, I have to ask you before we wrap this up. You said hot dog. What is that phrase?
What?
You said hot dog.
Oh, it's another old-fashioned one.
You're dating yourself.
No, these are phrases that are actually way older than I am.
What does hot dog mean?
Hot dog means awesome.
I'm totally going to bring that back.
Yeah.
I'm going to send a memo to the millennials and say, hot dog.
And hootenanny.
It's 2000 and hootenanny. Yeah.
It's all those Archie comics I read as a child.
Hot dog.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, folks, thanks for listening. If you have a question, please submit it. But have a great week, and I hope the information helps.
Till next time.
Thanks for listening. I truly hope that the information in the podcast helps you no matter the situation you find yourself in. But you might need more answers or some more direct help. So there are 3 ways for you easily to find out more and to get help. If you call my toll-free 24-hour helpline, 888-HURT-318, you'll have a couple of options. 888-HURT-318 is my toll-free 24-hour telephone line. You can call that number and speak with my team night or day. First, you can call 888-HURT-318, and you can speak to me for a free consultation about your case or situation. That's always free and no obligation. Second, you can tell the operator that you'd like a free copy of my injury DVD and book. I created the DVD and book, and I give it away for free to injured people who need answers, but who might not be ready to talk to a lawyer yet. Same deal, 100% free, 100% no obligation. Third and finally, you can check out my YouTube channel for informative videos about the injury case and claims process, or check out my other podcasts for more information and interesting interviews with people who know different things about various aspects of the law. I've put all of this together to help you and to answer your questions. Now, you can also help me, and I hope that you will. If you enjoyed the podcast and if it helped you at all, please subscribe, and if you can, take a minute and please post a positive review of the show. If you're listening to the podcast on YouTube, like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you know anyone who might enjoy the podcast, please spread the word and share it on Facebook. It's my mission to spread good information to as many people as possible, and your liking and reviewing and subscribing to the podcast helps me get the word out. Thanks again. This podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It doesn't substitute for consulting with a lawyer. If you have a case, speak with a lawyer right away.